What's up, everybody? It is your favorite combat sports enthusiast and self-proclaimed nerd. It is I, Matt Burton, the Saiyan Soldier, and I'm here with two very awesome guests that I'm really excited to talk to. I've been really looking forward to this one. I'm actually involved in something that they're putting together, so wanted to have them on the show because this one's very close to my heart, and the event they're doing is also very close to my heart. So I am here with Hannah and Dallas Garst from the Roots Foundation, and they're gonna tell us about the tournament, the Rolls for Ruthie Invitational they have coming up on July 12th. Dallas, Hannah, I'm honored to have you guys on. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us
Thanks, Matt.
here.
Great to be here.
No problem, no problem. Dallas, you and I have spoken a little bit. Hannah, you and I have also spoken a little bit. So why don't you tell our listeners and followers about your organization, how you got started, and what y'all are looking to put together?
You
Yeah.
want to?
Yeah, I can take this.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So Roots Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was founded about a year ago now. Our mission is to provide adaptive fitness for people with special needs. We've actually just opened a gym, or I say open, we've signed the lease and are renovating a gym at this moment to incorporate some fitness, kickboxing, weightlifting, different fun sports activities, things like that for our special needs community here in the Lee County and surrounding areas. So that's kind of what we are and why we exist. Kind of how we got here was Hannah years and years ago was going through a prayer and fasting time and actually had a vision just placed in our heart to essentially open this adaptive gym. I didn't know much about it, to be honest, and we never really talked too much about it. And then like 2 years ago, we actually lost our daughter, which
Oh
was a
man.
really tough time for us and kind of walking through that. And we were actually invited by a group in the area that does hippo therapy, which is like equine,
Equine there.
yeah, therapy. And so it was a way for our children to go and grieve and get back out into life. And so we went there and really and truly, I just noticed people kind of in the same boat as we were and kind of had this softening of my heart for it. And so, cut to a few months later, we were trying to work on our marriage, still having some tough times. And we were at a retreat and just sitting there, and like the Lord just started to speak to me and say, "Hey, Dallas, like you got to do something, you got to do this." And I really didn't know what was going on and turned to my wife and said, "Babe, I don't know what this is. I don't know what's happening, but like I feel like we need to open up something for our community and help out." And I said, "I think it needs to look kind of like what we've been doing over at Storybook, which was the
Mhm.
hippotherapy group." And she just looked at me and said, "I've been praying for 10 years that when the time was right, that God would place it on your heart and you would be the one to kind of ask to get this started." And really after that moment, the rest was history and we dove in. And so we've been, just having fun for the last 8 months now. So
Yeah.
we're really excited for what the future holds.
Man, that's awesome. Sorry about the loss of your daughter. I recently just experienced the loss of my mother a year ago. So
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, and for me having a disability, like she up until right before she died, like the week before, was still my biggest advocate.
Mhm.
So to see y'all doing what y'all doing for your daughter, like that really touches me. And you mentioned the hippo training. It's funny. I actually did that for a long time.
Really?
Horseback riding was part of my physical therapy.
Oh,
Like
Yeah.
that's awesome.
it got recommended, and I did it for years up until I got older to where I could actually do physical therapy, and I actually really miss it. So you guys are a lot closer to me than I thought. So that's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, I can't imagine. like what y'all have gone through and what you're doing now, but to see it is so cool. I'm so proud to be a part of it. Um, yeah. So opening the gym for adaptive athletes, that is something that I've thought about, and I was like, I don't know if I can pull that off. So I'm like, okay, as long as I can be an advocate and like go around to gyms and like show people like if I can do this, you can do this. Like, and I've talked to several different adaptive athletes, and we've tried to build each other up and get together and do what we can. But to open a like physical gym for adaptive athletes, that's incredible. Like, I can only hope and wish all the best that grows to where it should be. Because like Hannah, like me and you talked about, I think I've told you, I think that it should be more prevalent than it is.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a form of therapy. Like, there's no way I would be where I am today if I hadn't started doing jujitsu.
Yeah.
Jujitsu literally saved my life
Mm.
because otherwise I'd be confined to a wheelchair. And me being who I am, I don't know how I would have survived. So, like, to have a place where all these different adaptive athletes, like you said, Dallas, with the kickboxing and everything else that y'all are trying to put together, it'll be something for everybody adaptive.
Mhm.
And I'm completely 100% behind you guys on that.
Oh, thank you.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, well, what we came to talk about to put emphasis on is the roles for Ruthie Invitational, which is
Yeah.
going to be your jiu-jitsu tournament. It is fully adaptive, right?
So
Or are we
we're
doing that?
actually doing, yeah, go ahead.
So the event is highlighting our adaptive
Mhm.
athletes. We have
Awesome.
I think, and I'll have to go back, it's growing. I think we have 8 or 9 at this point
Mhm.
that we're going to have within the tournament. It's a super fight. Obviously, we talked about that, so it's a a
I
nice
can't wait.
one-on-one single mat. Everybody's kind of watching and having fun, and so we're gonna do that. We're gonna have some kids in there as well, and then a couple adult matches. I think one of the my next, I guess, most excited portion. Obviously, I'm pumped about having all these adaptive athletes come in and showcase
Mhm.
all their skills and everything they've overcome to be here today at the event and just going out there and leaving it all on the mat. We've also got what we're coining the Tiny Terrors tournament, which is our 5-year-olds. So
Oh, nice.
we've got a couple,
Nice.
we had a handful of 5-year-olds that we're gonna probably do a small little round robin with those guys because they're just quite honestly, it's the cutest little match you can probably see. So I figured the crowd would love that. And then obviously, like we talked, Matt, I've got a few guys that are all blue belt, similar experience, similar size. So um,
Oh
we're
yeah, I know
gonna
some of the guys in it.
we're
It's gonna be
gonna
fun.
we're gonna put on like a little round robin for you guys. I still got to see if we're gonna do both gi and no gi. I think everybody's gonna be on board, so that'll be nice. And then we've got Matt, who's purple belt, and then we've got a brown belt. And forgive me, I wish I had all the names in front of me,
Mhm.
but they're gonna have a pretty solid match together. So we're excited about everything.
I'm so excited. And like you said, I'm excited for the kids too because it's really cute and it's really entertaining because they really do go all out.
Oh yeah.
I
And it
do.
my nephew's been training since he was like 5, so watching him, I know how it is, and watching all the kids that he um grew up training with. So yeah, you're right. It's gonna be entertaining, and it's gonna be entertaining for us as well because, like I said, I know some of the guys that are gonna be there. I've talked to them, and it's guys that I've looked up to and looked forward to facing. So I don't care. Put me wherever. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I've been excited ever since. Matt McKenzie told me about it. Shout out to Matt, by the way. If you
He's
haven't listened to the
awesome.
episode with me and Matt McKenzie, please go check it out. It was a great episode.
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah, I'm
awesome.
It's been-
super excited. I can't wait to showcase not only me but the others involved as well, because
yeah.
all of us have similar stories but different stories, and
Mhm.
people everywhere can relate to. If you can't relate to me, you can relate to somebody there. I promise you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and there's going to be a lot of people who aren't in the jiu-jitsu community to come. That's why we put the tiny terrors in there, to give them some entertainment that they can make them laugh. And
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
the little ones are so funny, but it's going to be cool because we're raising awareness for adaptive grappling, but also we're just raising awareness for jiu-jitsu too.
right,
It's going to be a
right.
huge part of our community who don't know what jiu-jitsu is, especially these parents who have children with different types of special needs, and to show them they're like, oh, I like my kid needs to be doing jujitsu. Like
Yep,
no matter what, what the world's told me that they can't do, they can do it, and we need to get them in there. So
yep. That like I said, my mother was my biggest advocate, but so was my dad. And I tell the story all the time. My dad, when I was younger, I was we were talking about basketball. I was probably about 6, and we were talking about basketball. And I said, "You think I can do that?" And he goes, "Matthew, you can do anything you want to, but the thing is, you're gonna have to work hard, and nobody's gonna feel sorry for
yeah.
you." And I understood that immediately, and I didn't take it as him being mean. I took it as him as, okay, you just have to do everything in your power to make what you want to do happen. And
Mhm.
I am a big advocate for that from anybody, adaptive or otherwise. So I'm happy to be there just to represent that and to be able to talk to people and spread the word more, not only about adaptive athletes, but also jujitsu. You see, the UFC just opened up their
Yeah.
jujitsu league,
Mhm.
so it's growing exponentially, and it can grow even further when we get more of these adaptive athletes in there that realize, oh, I have more potential than I thought I
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
did. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm like I said, I'm when you were explaining this how y'all got started and everything, I don't know if you could tell, but I was getting giddy because I was really excited. Like I understand it completely, and it like I said, it's close to my heart for real. So
Mhm.
I'm really happy for you guys. I'm really excited to get this going.
Yeah.
We should, if we do it annually, we should do something like summit where all the adapters can get together and like talk to people. Hold like a what's it called? Not a summit.
Like a
Pan
retreat on it.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
a panel
There you go.
where people can come in and ask questions and stuff.
That would be
Oh, we
awesome.
would
And
love
our
Yeah.
that.
our goal is to grow it, make it bigger each and every
Mhm.
year. It's
Right.
I mean, full disclosure, we're not event planners or
It's so
jiu-jitsu tournament planners. So we're learning a lot in this process, and we're learning what not to do more than what to do right now. But
Yep.
it's been fun. We've just been honored and touched that we've been able to, be a part of this. I'll fully say that God's kind of got the will and making it happen, right?
Yep.
But we're honored that we get to be a part of it. And it fills us with joy and happiness to hear people excited to actually come
Mhm.
and be a part of it. And so it's shaping up. It's coming together. We're finalizing everything. Finally getting all the matches,
Mhm.
put together. So
Tell me who I got.
you got them all,
Nah,
every one
nah,
of them.
don't.
You got every one.
There you
You
are.
already are
Cool.
Robin. So you guys get each and every one gets
Mhm.
a
Good.
match.
Good.
So we
Good.
we wanted to, make sure you guys got as much mat time as you wanted. Especially a lot of you guys are traveling in from Birmingham, you from over in Georgia, and so
Yeah.
Mhm.
we want
Um.
to we want to
Luckily,
make
I'm
sure you
not that far.
get a couple in there, right? So,
Yeah.
and like I said, my biggest thing was it's a fundraising event for the nonprofit to a certain degree, but it's also an awareness campaign, if you will. And I really, as this thing started to shape up, and I was talking with Matt McKenzie, he was sharing that there's not a ton of tournaments out there for our adaptive grapplers, and you guys don't get to showcase your skills as much as you would probably like or I would like. And so that really touched home to me to say, hey, we're gonna make sure you guys are the highlight and that, you get as many matches as possible and everybody gets to come and cheer everybody on. And so that was kind of what it transitioned to for me after talking with him and just saying you guys deserve to have something of your own to come in here and really showcase all the stuff you guys have been working and working towards each and every day. So
Man, I can't tell you how much I'm eternally grateful for that,
mhm.
just for the opportunity and thankful for it because Matt's exactly right. There aren't a lot of tournaments out there. Matter of fact, I've teased it before. I'm working on something for us that's kind of similar, but it's a little bit different. And I would love for you guys to be involved, and I'll tell you more about it later because I don't want to spoil anything right now because I'm still trying to put everything together. And I was laughing while you were explaining how you're not event planners because me either, and I'm figuring that out as I go. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm not alone
Yeah,
because
no,
I'm
we're failing Tweedle.
So many every day somebody asks, well, do you have this? Do you have that? And I'm like, haven't even thought about it, but let
yep.
me let me put
Don't
it on the list. So
don't get me started on insurance. Good lord.
uh,
oh
where was that
I I
conversation?
just I just left a voicemail to the event insurance people. I was like, hey, y'all haven't returned my calls yet, and I've got an event. So I'm that's like one of the main, I guess, anxieties I've got right now is that
Yep.
no one's gonna get
I
back to me in time, but
I
we'll be
completely
covered.
understand.
You've had the same experience?
Well, I'm getting to it because the thing that I'm planning was supposed to happen like a year ago,
Oh, wow.
but but because the insurance is such a big issue, I've had to push it. Well, that and losing my mom and
Mm,
just life in general, I've had
yeah.
to push it back. Hopefully, by the end of the year, it'll be set.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
hope. I hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited just for everybody to be there, but I'm also excited to pick everybody's brain and just learn
Mhm.
more about not just all the other adaptive athletes, but everybody there, like how they can connect to it, how the ones that are involved can connect to it, and how they can relate, and how I can take something from them and relate to make me better.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for the whole experience, to be honest.
Yeah.
I I haven't decided if I'm bringing my camera yet or not to to do something somewhat of an episode of this or a
Mhm.
vlog series about it, but I think I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on how late I leave because I'm supposed to be leaving the night before. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
see.
So cool to see you like interview the different competitors there and just kind of ask them, questions. That would be so cool.
Mhm.
I think I have a buddy that's gonna do that too. I think we're both gonna do it.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
compare, but because I have a friend that lives there that he's planning to come to. He's trained before, but I think he's been out of commission for a while. But I think he wants to just come be involved. So it'll be dope to
Yeah.
see. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm so happy for you guys. I love everything you're doing, and I hope we stay connected, and I hope we can help each other grow.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
No, that's our
Cause
mission. That's our mission is this is not just for us or for Opelika. We are here to support you guys and whatever you need
right,
to make your mission and your purpose come true. And so like that's what I'm excited. I'm excited for everyone to come together in one place in
me
Opelika so that we can kind of connect and see how we can support each and every one of you outside of this tournament,
right.
outside of Rouge Roots, whatever we need to do.
I I'm fully invested. I I'm almost at a loss for words because I'm so happy about it. Like and talking to you guys has hyped me up even more. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to apologize in advance for how I act right before I compete
No.
because I know how I am. There's certain athletes that like you have to bring down before they compete, and I'm one of those because I get too up, so I have to remember like chill. You're gonna
Yeah.
adrenaline dump yourself, and it's
Oh,
not gonna
yeah.
be fun. So I have to. I,
Apologize.
no,
So
no, you're good.
our
You're
little
good.
girl just decided to crash the party, so
That's fine. I didn't even hear it.
your mom's hopping up and
Gotcha.
taking her to the next room. But that's just the joys of these little children. They
Yeah, yeah. How old is she?
she's 4. She'll be 5 in December. So
Uh, I
she's
got
yeah, she's
all over the place, huh?
all over the place. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I have a 4-year-old niece that's like that too, and my 4-year-old little cousin's like that.
oh
But
yeah.
they make life fun.
Oh, it's always something fun, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She's wild and she's hilarious. So
Are,
love her to
are,
death. But
are they gonna be there?
they will, yes,
Awesome.
they'll be there. So we're just fingers crossed that they behave and don't get too tired throughout the day.
Right, right. Yeah.
But no, they'll be excited, and that's the other thing. You know, I didn't mention it on the grappling part, but we want it to be kind of a friendly or family fun adventure atmosphere, if you will. And so we've got like some inflatables that we're gonna have outside the gym, and some food trucks,
Nice.
and some little like tailgate games, stuff like that. So it's something for everybody, and we're hoping that we can get a nice big crowd in there to see some jujitsu and just hang out and be a part of it with us.
Man, I hope so. I hope it's the biggest turnout
Uh,
but also I'm like I said, I'm just excited for the experience no matter how many people show up.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be great. So we're pumped, right? We've even got
Yeah.
you know, most people, and you probably, I don't know if you feel the same way, but we've got Albie coming, so we'll have
Oh,
the
nice.
mascot. I know it's mixed
Nice.
mixed reactions depending on who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to, you know, someone that roots for the opposing team,
Right, right.
not as fun. But for the kids local to our area, they think he's a superhero, so
Awesome.
they're
Awesome.
pumped.
All right. While we're on the subject of jujitsu, I had a question for both of y'all. Have either of y'all trained jujitsu?
Yeah, so I've trained for forever now. My consistency's been pretty awful. I've trained for probably 12 years.
Longer than that because I
Probably longer than
yeah.
that. Yeah. So maybe 15. I wrestled all through school. Came out of it when I was going to college. I fought MMA. So I fought for a while doing that. Traveled all over the place doing some fights. Never really did too much jujitsu when I was doing MMA. I always coined myself as the striker, if you will.
Yep.
So yeah,
With the eye roll.
yeah, yeah. So,
He's such a good
um,
wrestler that's just ridiculous. It
uh,
makes me mad to hear he's so good at jujitsu and like wrestling that I don't understand. But
So
anyway,
wait,
go.
I understand. So you used your wrestling in reverse, basically.
pretty
As
much, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, but I got stopped, or I guess yeah, stopped when I graduated, got a job, and just kind of made the decision that I could take care of myself and the family a little more easily than I was getting paid peanuts for fighting at the
Yep.
time. So
Yep.
um, transitioned back into jujitsu after that, and so we both have our purple belts and have been
That's
doing it
what's
for a
up.
while, and so we love it. You know, it's one of our favorite hobbies, if you will, and so we're in the gym pretty regularly. She goes more than me, to be honest. I'm a pretty much broken man at this point between all my injuries.
Oh,
So I go for a day and then I have to sit out for two. So
yeah.
Yeah, I I recently went through that uh about a year ago as well with everything going on. I had a bad shoulder issue, but it seems to be clearing up. So, with that being said, one more question before I let y'all go. Any
Yeah.
chance we end up rolling?
Oh, so I think I'm good. I had knee surgery a little over 3.5, 4 weeks ago.
Oof.
So I was going to do the tournament and then had the knee surgery. I thought I'd be back a little sooner than I have been, but
Mm.
I will get I'll tell you this, I'll get a friendly roll with you. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's what
You
I
can't,
mean.
don't kill me.
You can warm
Friendly.
everyone
Yeah,
up.
don't kill me, and
I,
we'll have a nice friendly roll
yeah,
together.
I'm down. Like that's what I meant. Friendly flow roll,
Okay.
Yeah.
not like competitive roll.
I saw you licking your lips a little bit, like you were ready to take me out. So I
So
didn't know.
Here's the thing about me. So like I signed up, and from that moment, I've been locked in. So every time I start talking about jujitsu, I get antsy. I'm like, okay, because I know it's coming up. Matter of fact, I have a in-house match I have to do Friday. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
nice.
tune-up time. So
There
Yeah.
you go.
it's
Well,
gonna
yeah, I
be
would
exciting.
love to get some rolls. I went up to Matt McKenzie. I don't know if you talked to him. He's doing an adaptive like seminar on
Yeah,
Saturday, I believe. And
yeah, I
I
saw
went
it.
up there freshly out of surgery, so I couldn't do anything with the guys. I still had the wrap on my knee and the galls and
Mm.
everything. So, but they were doing, it was incredible. I was blown away by what they were
I
doing up there.
I'm
And
I'm really
Beautiful.
excited to see what he's got. I'm like,
yeah,
because I know his mind is sharp for it,
He's
and
so, yeah.
that's what I say. I can't wait for all these different adaptive styles to get together and pick each other's brain
it's yeah.
because I know I'm gonna take something from everybody I work with, and I'm sure I'll take something from you too as well. And that's another reason why I'm looking forward to it because, like you said, it's become a awareness thing that you want to. That's the biggest thing you want to promote, and that's what I want to do as well. But also, like, it's a knowledge thing too. How
Mhm.
much are we gonna gain from working? Like, there's people that I roll with now that learned from different things from me just by me doing them and not like explaining them to them, and then I'll be like I'll explain it and be like, so I have to go this way because of this is how my body works, and then they're like, oh, I never thought about it that way, and then
Mhm.
they end up doing it to me like in a role, and I'm like, see, and they're
Can't
like,
use
yeah,
it on me.
thanks, yeah, exactly,
No,
man,
that was
yeah,
really cool watching those guys. And I even talked with Matt because for me, I was, I told him, forgive my ignorance, but like, how is there somebody out here like teaching adaptive jujitsu, or like, how do you figure this out? And he literally was like, man, I go to the regular classes, they teach show it one way. And he's like, when I get to a point where I can't do something, he was like, then we just like meditate on it and we just
yep,
figure something out, and then out of that we adapt it and we make it work, and
yep.
then that's the way. And so it's really cool seeing him take, what he's learned and actually create like a curriculum, if you will, to show actual adaptive jujitsu. And so it was just, I was blown away and just, filled with just all kind of like joy and just, it was awesome, watching
It
him.
unlocks a whole new avenue, doesn't it?
Oh
A
yeah,
whole new chapter.
it was incredible. So I'm pumped as this grows to see pillars like him and like you that are gonna, be able to give back and, make it a little easier for the generations to come and
Th-
actually make
that's that is
it.
my ultimate goal. That right there, what you just said. The reason I want to start the event that I'm starting is because I don't want another adaptive athlete to jump through all the hoops that I had to jump through
Yeah.
to to get an opportunity to compete.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So um that's exactly my goal. And the fact that y'all are doing this is the same thing. We're on the same path.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that they won't have to jump through all those hoops. Is that if we give them enough avenues.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we're running out of time, but at the end of every podcast, I like to do this thing called the SS3 because Saiyan soldiers, Super Saiyan. I'm a big nerd, like I said, Dragon Ball Z. I've built my whole career around Dragon Ball Z, so
We've got some
Yeah.
people at our gym we cannot wait for you to meet because you are going to connect just over that one thing.
that might be an all day thing. We might need a couple days for that.
Yeah.
um, but I like to call it the SS3. So, and we've kind of already answered them, but so I want to know what your top three, both of you, what's your top three adaptive sports you want to see get more exposure?
Mm.
Awesome.
Other than, since we've already talked about jujitsu, we'll just leave that one off because we know that's the big one.
So for me, we help out with an adaptive baseball league here in town as well.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's a little different than like what Miracle League does. They actually play on a real field with like a, I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of a intermediate ball. It's like a hard rubber racket. It's the most fun I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. Like I
Nice.
had no expectations, show up and people are crushing home runs left and right over the fence. And I'll say a little bit of smack talk in there, which was kind of funny and a lot of fun
Nice.
as well. So it was a good time. Then the other two that I've been, I guess, thrust into and got to see is like the wheelchair basketball team at Auburn is
Mm-hmm.
amazing, a lot of
Yeah.
fun. And then they also have a wheelchair soccer team that is
Nice.
probably the craziest. It's I don't even know how to
National
explain.
champions.
Yeah, we were now. Yeah, they were national champions here at Auburn. So
Nice.
shout out to those
Nice.
guys. But they're in like these motorized wheelchairs that like I was like just blown away watching these guys do what they do. And so it is a lot of fun. It is incredible.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Hannah.
Um, so between the two of us, I am actually the striker. I am much better than him.
ah, there that is.
No, I'm just kidding. He's better than me at everything.
No,
But
he's good.
so I love Muay Thai so much, and I feel like there's not a lot of options for Muay Thai either when it comes to adaptive athletes.
I would
So
agree.
anything that has to do with striking. Um, and then we also at all, we're really lucky to be so close to Auburn. They also have tennis, and that,
It's
oh my goodness, it's incredible.
so that was gonna be one of mine as well
Oh,
Really?
nice.
because I went to I don't know if you've heard of Blaze Sports, but
Yeah.
it's in it. Yeah, so I went to their summer camp for like years on years, and
Mhm.
like I learned so many different sports. So one of mine was actually going to be tennis because I love playing tennis.
Yeah.
Like being able to move in that wheelchair and hit a ball at the same time is impressive, and I
It's insane.
I still don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
You're an athlete.
It
That's
take
how you
it,
did it.
it takes a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that
striking,
and pickleball, striking, tennis, and then even if you can incorporate pickleball in that, I just feel like you said, it's just incredible to be able to use a chair in that way and hit a ball at the same time. Like I can't do it.
right, right. It's a lot. Um, so so we got tennis, pickleball, and striking, and then we have basketball, baseball, and what was your other one, Dallas?
The wheelchair soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, all of those are good. I
Yeah.
think all of those getting exposures, any adaptive sport getting exposure, but those would be, I think those would be some of the biggest in the world. My top three, I would have to say, would be tennis, rugby, because
Yeah.
Um,
wheelchair rugby is insane. I also did that at Play Sports Camp, and it was the closest to football I ever got. And I was like, I want to do this forever.
that's
But so wheelchair rugby, wheelchair tennis, and then I'll say archery,
Okay.
adaptive archery,
Great.
because that was really hard. Doing like being able to be stationary, sitting down, and to try to hit a target with a bow and arrow,
Mm.
like for me, was insanely difficult. So that's gonna be my top three.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, that's
Well,
so cool.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I miss going actually. I wish I could go back. But
Um,
Dallas, Hannah, it was great having you guys on. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the 12th. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Saiyan Soldier podcast. We will see you guys later. You guys take us out.
Awesome. Matt, thank you so much. We're
Yes,
looking forward
sir.
to July 12th.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. No problem. All right. Peace. Y'all buy a t shirt.
Yeah.
Later.